welcome to World Shakers. I'm loving the response to the show. So many of you from all over the world, I've been to 75 countries of the world, are watching the show and saying that it's bringing value to you. So make sure when you learn from this show to forward it to someone else and let them know what you learned. Today I have two World Shakers, not just one. Glenn and Amber Schworm. Hi, you Schworms.
We are great. How are you doing?
Good to see you guys. Explain what is moving in the back for those that think they are hallucinating.
So we are avid scuba divers and love the ocean. I think right now we're looking at a clear-headed guitar fish. It's a combination of a stingray and a shark. We're not inventing that stuff here, by the way. It's just actually a creature. There's sharks. You may see an eel come out of there. There's all kinds of stuff. It's salt water, so it keeps my blood pressure down all day. It's good stuff.
No, for real, it really does. There's something about the movement of fish like that, huh?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay. So I have a lot of things that I could read about what you do, but Glenn, if you can, explain to the people what you do.
So we are real estate investors. We started out dead broke back when the market crashed. So 2007, we bought our first house. 2008, the market crashed. And, people have thought, they look back at us and said, you guys were really brilliant. You really timed the market just right. We laughed because we're like, no, we were just desperate and broke and had to make large chunks of cash. We weren't sure how to do it. So we flipped our first house, and about our third or fourth house in, we started realizing that we loved what we were doing. And I said, I always had a passion for teaching, helping other people reach their goals in life. And not just financially, but also emotionally. But, the finances is a big part of it. And so I wanted to have something to help people that could tie the finance, because you need the finances a lot of times to get out of your way so you can focus on more important things in life, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we, about, 4 or 5 houses in, I said, we could teach this. We could teach what we're doing.
Yeah.
And really impact people's lives. And that was important to us. But we said, let's prove the model first. So if we prove the model, so now we've done over 600 houses, flipped over 600 houses. We've been doing this since 2008. And doing our thing, but now we help other people, and that's really what we do. We still have our flipping company. We own 5 companies. One of those is still our flipping business, and we have a lot of rentals that we own. But we help other people by teaching them exactly what we do, how to get started.
A lot. So Amber, give me a little bit of your background, how that equipped you to do this type of work. Like, what did you do right out of high school?
Yeah, I actually worked for my family's company from the time I grew up in Dallas, Texas, and I worked for my dad for 17 years. He owned a rubber stamp and engraving company. It was not very glamorous at all. And, I always kind of thought I wanted to take over his business when he retired. But then I saw how hard it was to just operate a small business like that. And I realized that's not what I wanted for myself in my future. So I really started exploring my options, and I met Glenn, and when he says we were dead broke, we weren't just broke. We were $80,000 in credit card debt. So we needed a way to make money quickly. So as far as Glenn, Glenn can't even read a tape measure to this day. So we weren't pros by any means or had backgrounds in construction or anything. We just figured it out as we went along. We got a mentor and really just kind of dove in with both feet and prayed for the best. And, there were some days where we wanted to kill each other. But ultimately it brought us a lot closer, and we're much stronger now because of it.
Yeah. Amber, one of the things I like that you said is that the job that you had, you didn't necessarily think it was great. And I think that a lot of people who want to be world shakers, who want to do amazing things, that they think that there's a straight line from dreaming it to getting there. But I often talk about the detours, the delays, the denials. And yeah, obviously you both have been through that, huh?
I think too, not only that, but I think the great thing about getting into real estate investing is it's not something that you have to quit your job and just do. It's so flexible that you can do it on the side of your already, whatever your job is, whether it's full-time or part-time or whatever. You can do it on evenings and weekends. And then just grow it at a slow pace, at a really organic pace. And then when you start to replace your income of your full-time job, then you kind of have some choices to make.
Tim, you said something, when you talked about, I was smiling because you mentioned the road to success, and people think it's point A to point B. And as we know, it's not this, it's all over the place, right? So it's a hard road. I know you know it as well. So everybody who's successful has reached that. One of the things I think that really sets us apart in what we do is that we talk about 20 to 30% of the mechanics of house flipping, but we spend almost 80% of our time working on the mindset. And we know that if you don't have your mind right and you can't deal with the challenges, because when you start flipping houses, you're loaded with challenges. I mean, it's going to happen every day. It's worth it. We always say it's hard work, but it's worth it. But if you can't get through the mental side of this game, you're done. So we work on the mental side, and people leave our workshops and go, I didn't know what I didn't know. And now I know how you guys are successful because you work so much on your mind, and that's what changes everything. So that's what we spend a lot of time on.
Good information. So let's speed up till today and what you guys are doing. The first thing I want to ask you is all the flip shows that are on. And just so you know, Christina and Ant are my good friends, and Tarek El Musa. They're all my great friends.
Yeah.
And I just did Christina's wedding for her.
Nice.
Back about a year ago. And so I know other people that are in the flip or flop type shows. Have those shows helped your business? I would think they would.
Yeah, I think when we first got started, there were a couple shows on, and we watched those and started to understand. I think it probably almost gave us some not liquid courage. That's something else. You were drinking, so I saw that. So it almost gave us the courage to say, hey, if somebody else can do it, maybe we can do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't totally foreign, I think, because of the shows. Obviously, the shows condensed 6 months of work down into 30 minutes or 60 minutes, but we're smart enough to see past that. But I think they really helped.
Yeah, I would agree, too, because when we first got into it, flipping almost had like a bad name to it. It had a bad reputation. People did some not so quality things. And when Glenn and I first started, that was what we wanted to do, is really prove that you could do a business with honesty and integrity and do it the right way. But the flipping shows kind of made it almost cool to buy a flipped house now. And then
I totally agree with Amber. 100%. Yeah, because even to me, when I thought of somebody flipping like that, it seemed like they were almost trying to make easy money and turn it over quick and, just up the sale. But I think that the flip or flop type shows show that there's a lot of other sides to it, right? Yeah. All right, so let's go to those other sides before I get into talking about you guys as a business and how you can help other people. How good of a feeling is it, Glenn, when you help somebody get into a house that maybe they felt like they could not get into before, and you were a part of the reality of that dream?
So that was definitely the first 10 years of our career, was all that, getting people into those homes. And I tell you, that was an amazing feeling to be able to see a lot of times it was families, because a lot of times we focused on the first-time home buyers. Yeah. I think watching them come into the house and start to nest, we used to watch her come in, always the woman who comes in, looks around, and starts, you could tell where she's putting furniture, looking around. We're like, oh yeah. But, we'll then get reviews after about how great they thought that, what we did for them. And I bump into people I was right in our local market here. And so I bump into people on a regular basis. They'll say, are you Glenn Schworm, the guy from TV? Because we advertise on TV and stuff. I'll say, yeah. They go, we bought one of your houses. I'm like, yeah, how was that? They go, we love it. It's fantastic. And that, my kids go to school here. Our kids, we have 4 kids. They all go to school. we're all local. So I think that it makes us feel good. That's the byproduct of living life the right way, I think, and doing the right things, is that when people say, hey, thank you, that's a great feeling for us. So that was definitely the first half of our career, is helping people with that. And now we help people, as you know, with kind of making an income and changing their lives that way. So it's been progressed up the line.
Okay, and either one of you can answer this first question, is that how can you help those that are watching right now that want to know more about your business, how to know more about how to change their mindset? So either one of you can start.
Yeah, the mindset part is so huge, and I think that's something that people don't even know they're lacking until they hear the information, and they're like, oh, okay, then they start to connect all the dots and put things together, because there's always a reason why we're at the place we are in life. And I call it that we all have head trash, whether it's from childhood or some experience we had through our life or whatever, and sometimes we need to work through that head trash in order to kind of break that barrier and move forward. And I think that's really where we come into play is that, you know, the mechanics are the mechanics, all the how-to stuff. And that's all important to know. It's a good foundation. It's a good education. But when people come to our home flipping workshop and they learn not only all of the how-tos, but also the right mindset to get into to be a successful investor, it's a game changer.
I always ask the crowd when we at our workshops, you know, that's become a real popular thing, our home flipping workshop. And so I always ask the crowd early in the day on Friday, it's a 3-day workshop, and I say, what's the most important part of a house? And there's a variety of answers, but someone always says it's the foundation. I say, what's the most important part of your business? And somebody will say, me. And I say, that's right. You are the most important part of your business. So if we don't work on, I said, what happens to a foundation of a house? What happens to the house if it looks beautiful? It looks so great on the outside, but the foundation is shaky. What happens? And I said, does it happen instantly? Nope. Over time, it settles, it cracks, and it will be destroyed. It'll be junk. I said, same with you and same with your business. If we don't work on you, your business will crumble over time when pressure's added on. So we work on that at our workshops all the time.
And the other thing is, I think a lot of people are really scared to get into real estate. So it's fear that holds them back.
Very much.
You know, fear of the unknown, fear that, you know, I think I have to do all the work myself, or I don't know how to, you know, I don't know anything about construction. So I think, you know, when people understand that they don't have to know everything there is to know about construction, when, like I said, all those dots are connected, then it makes a lot more sense.
Probably the most important part of Tim is that we help people get the money. And people are so fearful. The number one thing is, well, I don't have the money to flip houses. And I laugh and think, neither did we. We didn't have any money at all. We had to figure out how to do it. And now we teach people, we actually help people get the money to do all their deals. And that was another game changer for us, because people were like, you're going to help me get the money. I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I? I mean, I know how to get it. Why wouldn't I help you?
Yeah, that's been huge.
We don't have a scarcity mentality. We have an abundant mentality, and we help people even in our backyard right here, help people, and all over the country we're helping people.
I love that, you guys, for real. Okay, so how do people connect with you? Is it a website, or what's the best way?
Well, if they want to come to one of our home flipping workshops, they can go to homeflippingworkshop.com. If they just like to know more about Glenn and I, since we do have a family of companies, you know, we have our flipping company and the workshop and everything. So we've just decided to put everything under Glenn and Amber Schworm. So they can go on YouTube, they can go on Instagram, on Facebook, and just look up Glenn and Amber Schworm, and they can follow us that way.
Okay, can you spell Schworm for those that do not know how to spell it? But we'll put it on the screen.
You got it. So there's 2 N's on Glenn, Glenn, and Amber, of course, Amber. And our last name is Schworm, Schworm.
Okay, so I love this, because Glenn, you said something about even if they don't have the finances, you'll teach them how to get the money.
Yeah.
You're also helping them to have the right mindset, right?
Yeah.
You're going to teach them about the business. This seems like a good lifestyle change for a lot of people, or also for someone to have a side job that needs a side job.
Yeah. You know, flipping houses, as you know from watching the TV, you know, you can make a lot of money. You know, there's also risk involved, and you can lose money in real estate. We're very honest when we train people that if you don't do it right and you make the mistakes that we made early on, we're not coaches or mentors that get up on stage and say, it's awesome. You come with me and it's just amazing ride. You never make a mistake. And I'm always like, those people, I say, run for the hills. I said, we talk about our failures because we want you to learn from them. You know,
I have one final question. This is going to be a hard one, so you guys got to get ready for this.
I'm ready.
All right, Amber, what is your favorite vacation spot?
Somewhere new. I love adventure, so we're big scuba divers, as you can see from the fish tank in the background. So,
like, where do you see yourself?
The next place I want to go to either Turks and Caicos or Fiji.
Good. You see, Glenn, how her mind, she was there.
Oh, I did.
I
hear it all the time. I know.
When she said it, I saw her go. All right, Glenn, favorite vacation spot or place you want to go?
Well, I'll tell you, wherever Amber is, that's where I want to go. I mean, I'm married. I'm not new here, right? So.
He gave the greatest answer for a happily married man.
Exactly.
It's a privilege to have Glenn and Amber Schworm with me. And so we'll put all the information there on the screen. But get in touch with them, learn. And some of you can really do well by learning about their program and how they're doing things, how they're changing people's lives, and how your lives could be changed. So thank you for watching World Shakers today. Life is good.